executive order. Para na sa ganun, ma-transmit niya na agad at complaint. Ano? Kasi hindi rin madali. Medyo process yung preliminary investigation. Kung ombudsman man yan, baka mamaya idaan pa sa fact-finding investigation. Hindi agad-agad mag-PI. So yun po yung ating problemang hinaharap. Na kaya
Actually,
nawawalan ng gana yung ating mga kababayan sa tagal.
yes. Actually, Mr. President, nasagot mo na rin yung susunod kong tanong, which is, well, technically, no, which is, will you be in favor of partial committee reports kung klarong-klaro? Kasi nga may sistema na rin ang ombudsman na pagka nanggaling sa Senado o House, no? So I know it's fraught with dangers and you don't have to answer me now, but just to your point, di ba, na if the investigation takes us till the end of the year sa dami at saka pa tayo mag-committee report, may pangalawang debate dito sa committee report. Pero halimbawa, may nakita na kayong, as of now, Mr. President, ilan po yung nakita nyo na ghost na klaro?
Napakarami. Sa Bulacan po, hindi lang namin sinama. Ang bilang namin, mga 30 eh.
So for example lang, Mr. President, no, let's say sa 30 yon, meron 4, 5, 6 na tao na napaka-clear. Let's say yung pumirma na completed, yung contractor. Tapos for example, kung may COA report na lumabas sa COA report na yon na completed, edi pwede rin. Kung wala pa namang COA report, hindi naman kasama yon. But ang point ko, Mr. President, is that kasi pagka yung klarong-klaro na guilty or at least the evidence is overwhelming, that will also help us get direction. Pero kung hihintay natin ilan, paano kung ang involved dito, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 tao, guguluhin lang po nila.
Yes, Mr. President, and that is not without President, no?
Yes.
Dahil nagawa na natin ito eh. Nagawa tayo, yung committee, nagsubmit ng partial at ito'y pinag-usapan natin sa plenaryo at nung na-adapt, pwede natin ipadala sa ombudsman or sa DOJ.
And Mr. President, it will not affect the case. So,
it will not affect.
So meaning if we find out later on that there was a legislator or a secretary or a undersecretary involved, you can still file the case. Kasi ang masama po, di ba, kung final na natin ngayon laban sa 5 tao, tapos bawal mo na i-file against 3 tao, yung 3 tao na yun ay mastermind, then we agree it will be a partial whitewash. Pero hindi, this is not the case here. No, the case here is that if in the course of investigation may lumabas na equally as guilty or mastermind or accessory or accessory after the fact, pwede pa naman pong kasuhan yon.
Yes, Mr. President, as long as kompleto resibo. Kasi mahirap yung sabi-sabi, turo ka ng turo, asan yung pruweba mo?
That's right.
Hindi po ba?
And that's part of the confuse them. So one of the effects of today of naming 2 senators, burahin ko muna yung pangalan ng 2 senador. Sabihin natin hindi sinabi yung pangalan ng 2, sabihin natin hindi kilala. May chilling effect din yun eh. Para bang sinasabing, oy, pag nag-ingay din kayo at nag-imbestiga din kayo sa Blue Ribbon dito, ipapangalan naman namin kayo. Di ba? Ang daling magpangalan ngayon. And I'll go beyond pinangalan ka na tumanggap. Ngayon parang lumalabas is nag-advocate ka lang ng isang proyekto. Or yung, for example, no, if a state university now suddenly has a building, what if ikaw yung presidente, wag ng congressman o senador, ikaw ay pangulo ng university na yon at gusto mong itayo yung building. Parang may implication ka agad na kasama sila sa kalokohan. Paano ko yung building na yon na-inspect, wala rin namang mali? So, nakikita ko po na yes, we have to be thorough, but tama po kayo na pag walang resibo, in fact, umaabot nga minsan yung walang resibo na nagbabanggit ng project, pero hindi naman sinabing may problema sa project na yon.
Yeah, speaking of chilling effect, Mr. President, I remember, no, just occurred to me, noong yung na policy issue exploded right in our faces, ako pa mahimbing ang tulog ko noon. Kasi wala naman po akong pork barrel. So, mahimbing ang tulog ko. Hindi ako nag-aalala na kinabukasan. Pagbukas ko ng dyaryo, makikita ko yung pangalan ko doon. And similarly, in this particular issue, pag ako po naturo, baka manghabol ako ng taga.
Well, unang-una, Mr. President, alam naman po natin relationship natin dalawa. We don't always agree, but you've always looked over my back then. I hold the record of the fastest to be confirmed because of you and of course, the Senate President sa DFA. But alam niyo, Mr. President, unfortunately, gusto ko man matulog po kayo na mahimbing pag tinanggap niyo yung trabahong yan. Kasi natandaan niyo po nung Napoles, may umiikot na abogado or may mga umiikot noon na parang pag hindi kayo nagbigay, isasama kayo sa listahan. And like you, matahimik ang maganda tulog ko. Bakit po? Because medical, ginagamit ko po noong time na yon yung pork barrel. Pero panay medical assistance and walang cash. Hindi ako naglagay sa kahit anong NGO, sa kahit anong... so mahimbing ang tulog. But then before mag-end yung hearing natin, may nilabas naman sila. Walang project, walang advance, pero natulungan ko sila. So, pwedeng biglang may mag-appear dyan na sabihin si Senator ganito, si Congressman ganyan. Pati Presidente pwedeng sabihin, actually, nagbigay ako ng eleksyon dyan. And because walang resibo, the reality it could be true or not. So, I'm just happy that we discussed that. I'm not saying they're confusing us. I'm just saying it can be done. Which goes to my second to last point, Mr. President. I thank you for the very comprehensive list of laws. Kung pwede lang po ako magdagdag ng isa.
Sige po.
Kasi the benefit po of having a Senator Lacson is he was not only an ordinary policeman, a chief PNP, and also, what was the official designation sa PACC?
Chief po.
Chief, no?
Presidential Anti-Organized.
So yung build-up, yung investigasyon at build-up, likha sa inyo. Kasi sa ibang trial lawyers, lalo kung hindi ka naging prosecutor, alam mong guilty pero walang build-up walang investigasyon no? So I'd like to bring to point, just like Senator Villanueva, itatanong ko sana to. Actually, sumulat ako kay Chairman Marcoleta sa Blue Ribbon na mag-attend ulit ang hepe ng BIR. At kasi nabasa ko sa dyaryo, nilowa na daw nila yung mga contractor ngayon. But nung araw po, isang lowa lang sa isang taon. Ngayon, 3 po o 4 pwede. So maraming nagrereklamo na tuloy-tuloy yung mga lowa. So gusto ko sanang malaman, kaya sumulat ako, pinapacheck ko sa staff ko kung sumagot ang BIR. In the last 3 years kaya, etong nakakakuha ng bilyon-bilyon, na-issuean kaya to ng lowa ng BIR, ng regional directors? And if yes, ano yung resulta? Kasi kung ghost, Mr. President, di ba? Makikita mo sa audit Ang point ko, Mr. President, gusto ko idagdag yung Al Capone theory. Na pag hindi mo mahuli sa murder, sa smuggling ng alak, sa prostitution, sa smuggling, pero kitang-kita yung pera, pwede din natin idalihin yan sa tax evasion.
Yes, I fully agree, Mr. President. Ang problema, as pointed out by our Senate President during his interpellation, sinabi niya merong isang contractor, ito yung Alpha and Omega, may kaso na sa Court of Tax Appeals, nirenew pa uli ng pickup yung kanyang lisensya. So how can you reconcile kung hindi systemic yung corruption? I don't know what is.
Yes. No, I agree, but someone we know very well commented and was congratulating you. But sabi din niya, tandaan natin, hindi lang DPWH, marami pang iba. I think nabanggit niya BIR. Siya nagbanggit, hindi ako. But ang point ko, if we really want to get away if we want them to get away, we do not address the culture. And I think this has been your life's work, not only to expose, but to, that's why that's why nga pagdating sa pork barrel, you decided na, hindi na, because you want to get away, you want to take away, not get away, you want to take away that culture. You want to replace that culture with a culture that doesn't promote corruption. So natutuwa ako na yung customs umakto kaagad, hinabol yung mga sasakyan. Natutuwa din naman ako sa BIR na nag-issue kaagad, tinignan, nag-issue ng LOA. I think mag-executive session bago nila i-submit. But I want to look deeper, Senator Kuya Ping, na sana matignan din natin ano pang ibang ahensya ang pinagtakpan tong mga, kasi ang isang tinitignan ngayon ng BIR, social media. Pero kung makikita natin yung tinagurian Nepo babies, grabe po yung yung kayamanan nandun So ordinarily, kung anak po yan ng mga oligarchs natin, Na BIR na yan eh. For all I know, baka na BIR na. Hindi ko lang sure, but baka pwede nating tignan. And the last point, Mr. President, may I request your staff na ibalik dun sa text ni Yusek Kati. May isa lang po akong comment kung papayag kayo.
That's the most popular and most demanded part of the privilege speech. Pakibalik nga uli yung text message. By the way, I asked the permission of the Senate President if I could...
Yes, of course, Mr. President. And of course, Mr. President, we are covered by immunities and by plenary power precisely so that, in aid of legislation, we can do this. And yung blue ribbon goes beyond in aid of legislation. So sabi pala ng staff ko, sumagot ang BIR pero yung dokumento at detalye sa executive session. So I look forward to that. Mr. President, tinanong ko rin, just like Senator Villanueva, hindi ako naka-attend nung huling hearing kasi nga nabalitaan namin may change of leadership.
Hindi rin kami naka-attend kasi busy kami nagbibilang ng numero.
The hearing before that, natanong ko si Yusek Kati kasi may tinatawag na IAW, which is 3.5% ng lahat ng project.
Yes.
At part dito po yung testing, yung pang-monitor ng project. Sa 3 taon, umabot ng 100 bilyon na napupunta sa DPWH.
Sa central office.
Pwedeng sa central office, pwede din pong
Alam niyo, Mr. President, isa ito sa pwedeng tanungin sa budget deliberation natin. Dati 0.5 lang yan
Yes.
Bakit tumaas na naging 3.5 na? Medyo napakalaking bawas yan do sa dapat gastusin sa proyekto.
So sa 1 trillion a year, that's 3.5%. So sa 3 years, di ba? Gaano kalaki yan? But ang point ko po, biglang hindi lang amnesia Parang ang sagot ni Yusek Kati panay hindi niya alam, etc. Tapos tinanong ko siya doon sa geotagging. Sabi ko, nabanggit ngayon ni Senator Mark na may geotagging, hindi din daw niya alam dahil sa planning. So I just wanted to point out.
Mr. President, if I may interrupt, yung geotagging na yan, panahon pa ni Secretary Singson, ginagawa niya na yun Pagka meron tayong budget deliberation at nandiyan sa plenaryo, magtanong ka sa kanya ng yung status ng isang proyekto, titingnan niya lang sa iPad niya, sasabihin sa iyo
So the point I want to make, Mr. President, is parang sunod-sunod ang sagot niya na hindi niya sakop, hindi niya alam, hanggang tinanong ko siya na meron naman kayo Exicom. Pero dito po sa text message, ang linaw sabi niya, tingnan niyo para ma-vet ko. Redundancy, overlap, prior funding, correct location, alignment of national priorities, and consistency for menu of local projects. So, one, malinaw na yung insertion ay hindi lang legislators at hindi lang sa BICAM. Sa pagpapagawa pa lang ng NEP, pagka malakas ka dun sa departamento, pwede mo ipasok, except that mas may guidelines sa umpisa. But number 2, it just shows that yung sagot ni Yusek Kati is so different from her text. Kasi sa text pag tingnan mo, parang napaka-organized, tingnan niyo po, di ba? Titingnan kung may redundancy, ibig sabihin kung yung project na pinasok mo, pinasok na ng
Mr.
iba.
President, I'd like to believe na pro forma yun.
Yes. Pero even if
standard na sagot niya yan.
Even if pro forma, even if staff niya yung magche-check, ang
pro forma yung text na yun.
Yes. But ibig sabihin, Senator, ang layo sa sagot niya ng, sir, hindi ko departamento yan, hindi ko alam. Di ba? So I'll stop there. Mr. President, and look forward to what else this chamber will find. May I just make one comment? Marami kasi nagsasabing walang mangyayari sa hearings. Democracy is messy. But having a Blue Ribbon Committee, having the House Committee, having an independent body, having COA, having BIR, whether it was the ZTE, whether it was the fertilizer scam, whether it was Farmally, it has shown that the combination of investigations ferrets the truth. It also has been shown that confusion or yung turuan or yung squid tactics can happen. But let me just affirm my personal view that napaka-importanting tool ng Committee on Public Accountability ng Blue Ribbon, and I look forward to working whoever will be designated by the majority. Thank you very much, Senator Lacson.
Thank you.
Mr. Senate
Thank you, sir.
President, salamat po.
Now that you've mentioned it, perhaps we should inform the public. Most of them many are watching. I've heard through not only social media but mainstream media that bakit ba nag-iimbestiga pa sila? Yung tanong bakit daw ang Senate nag-iimbestiga? Iniimbestiga ang sarili nila. Yung House nag-iimbestiga, iniimbestiga ang sarili nila. I think they have it wrong. We are inquiring in aid of legislation. Kailangan ulit-ulitin natin yun na ito ay recommendatory. Wala tayong prosecutorial powers. But this would aid in the bills, the laws that we would want to pass.
And Mr.
So
Senate
that-
President, siguro yung ibang nag-comment na yon, even if it's coming from a good place, hindi alam yung dynamics sa Senate.
Correct.
So halimbawa may 10 senador, kahit yung chairman ayaw niya imbestigahan yung isang senador, kahit sino sa 10 ay pwede magtaas ng kamay at magsabing, can you submit these documents, can you answer, etc.
Yes.
No? And for example po, hindi natin pwedeng tawagin yung senador na yon. But then if it becomes clear, anyone can file an ethics committee complaint. And in the ethics committee, may karapatan tayong at least through the tamang, kung hindi naman natin ma-require na mag-attend, mare-require natin sumagot So I just sisegundahan ko lang, Mr. President, na valid yung parang hindi nyo pwedeng imbestigahan yung sarili nyo, pero hindi po valid na walang halaga yung investigasyon na to. At
Correct.
pag nalaman nyo yung dynamics ng Senado, makikita nyo po na maraming kabutihan lumalabas sa lahat ng investigasyon natin. Thank you, Mr. President.
Correct.
Senator Lacson,
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Good
Your
to clarify that for those who are questioning or criticizing the investigations or the inquiries. Yes, Senator Joel
President.
Villanueva is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. May I just be allowed also to join the party and find out if our mentor, our good friend, our Senate President Pro Tem, Senator Ping Lacson would yield to some questions from this humble representation. Mr.
Certainly, from the distinguished gentleman from Bulacan.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, at the onset, again, as I mentioned last time when the gentleman from Cavite delivered his privileged speech, I am deeply grateful and appreciative of his desire to ferret out the truth, and most especially, not just to point out the real culprits of this multi-billion, if not trillion, well-oiled machine being perpetrated by syndicates in our country. I'd like to put on record, Mr. President, my deep thanks and gratitude kasi sa pangalan po ng mga kababayan natin sa dakilang lalawigan ng Bulacan. And nung kanina po habang nagsasalita kayo, Ginoong Pangulo, touch na touch po ako kasi ako na mismo yung nagsabi dito 2023 na paulit-ulit na lang po ito. And 2024, in fact, binanggit ko din po, Ginoong Pangulo, na yung mga kababayan ko. And even I, Mr. President, even I actually thought wala na talagang mangyayari dito dahil masyado ng embedded yung sistema ng korupsyon, lalong-lalo na po sa flood control. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo, doon din sa binanggit kanina ni Senator Ping na importante yung resibo. Importante na sa pagbabanggit ng mga individual, not because may good name was mentioned a while ago, Mr. President, pero talagang tama po yung sinabi ni Senator Cayetano na ganun ho yung sitwasyon ngayon. If you cannot convince them, confuse them, bring out names, walang ebidensya, walang resibo. Kaya po kanina yung binanggit ko, and I'm not just defending myself, na I'm not just categorically denying it, but saying na may resibo tayo and very easy to verify itong mga documents. So I appreciate it, Mr. President. Let me also put on record, Mr. President, matagal na naman, Ginoong Pangulo. Senator Ping, you've known me for as far as I can remember when I entered politics. Nagsimula pa tayong magkasama doon po sa ease of doing business. Nang ease of doing business, nagsimula po tayo dun sa Anti-Red Tape Act. Bagitong-bagito po ako bilang kongresista. Bagitong-bagito po ako bilang kongresista nung tinulungan niyo po ako nung lumabas din ho yung pangalan ko. At kayo ho and a lot of people don't know about this. You helped me by connecting me to NBI agents and those experts who can actually clear my name dahil sila yung nakakaalam ano nga ho ba tawag doon sa
Yung handwriting expert.
handwriting experts, Mr. President. So, salamat po, Mr. President. 2019 pa po, nawala yung complaint na yun, and kayo po yung dahilan. And I rose here again, Mr. President, because I wanted to find out and learn again from you being an expert investigator, Mr. President. Alam niyo po, yung binabanggit niyo po kanina, I have two questions lang kanina, three questions, Mr. President, but the two questions were already raised by Senator Cayetano. Ang one question ko lang that I would like to raise is, yung pong binanggit nyo kanina doon po sa text message ni Yusek Cathy Cabral, and inulit ko po if you can show it again, sinulat ko po dito, nakalagay dito, ma-vet ko, redundancy, overlap, prior funding, and correct location. Binanggit din ni Senate President Soto yung kahalagahan ng ginagawa natin dito. We are here in aid of legislation, kaya tayo nag-iimbestiga. Ang tanong ko lang, Ginoong Pangulo, Mr. President, sa gentleman from Cavite, doon po sa text ni Yusek Cathy Cabral na mabet ko yung redundancy, overlap, prior funding, correct location, etc. Nagawa po ba ito dito sa sinubmit na 2026 NEP? Kasi tinitignan ko lang po itong NEP na sinubmit. Sa sariling gana po ng aking pagsasaliksik, napakadami po ng redundancy, overlapping, prior funding, at correct location, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President. Kaya naman po pinayagan natin na magsabit ng errata yung agency, which is the DPWH in this case. Pero hindi tayo bound na sundin lahat yung kanila sasabit na errata, of course, because it is already within the jurisdiction of the Congress to deliberate or examine, analyze the National Expenditure Program. Kaya nga po nakapagsabi ako noon na hindi po pwedeng ibalik yung buong NEP because in the first place, hindi naman po yun budget measure, yun po ay proposal lamang.
Yes.
At binigyan na sa atin ng executive branch at it's up to Congress to make amendments. Ano? But then, kasi masyadong voluminous, minabuti natin na okay, papayagan namin kayo at si Secretary Vince Dizon, sabi niya by September 15, ready na siya na ibalik yung o isubmit yung errata. But the National Expenditure Program remains with us. So, kinurek ko po yun kasi ang sabi ng House, altogether balik yung NEP, which is not allowed. Ano?
Yeah.
Hindi ito against procedure po ito.
Bawal po remand.
Bawal ng remand. Tama,
Okay.
tama. Bawal ng remand.
Thank you, Mr. President. And as I was